The Yan Emperor was a legendary Chinese ruler in pre-dynastic times. Modern scholarship has identified the Sheep's Head Mountains just north of Baoji in Shaanxi Province as his homeland and territory. A long debate has existed over whether or not the Yan Emperor was the same person as the legendary Shennong. An academic conference held in China in 2004 achieved general consensus that the Yan Emperor and Shennong were the same person. Another possibility is that the term Flame Emperor was a title held by dynastic succession, with Shennong being known as Yan, perhaps posthumously. Accordingly, the term Flame Emperors would be generally more correct. The succession of Flame Emperors, from Shennong, the first Yan, until the time of the last Yan Emperor's defeat by Wang, may have been some 500 years. Historical records. No written records are known to exist from the era of Yan's reign. However, he and Shennong are mentioned in many of the classic works of ancient China. Yan literally means flame, and K.C. Wu speculates that this appellation may be connected with the fire used to clear the fields in slash-and-burn agriculture. In any case, it appears that agricultural innovations by Shennong and his descendants contributed to some sort of social success that lead them to style themselves as Dai, rather than Hu, as in the case of lesser leaders. At this time it appears that there were only the bare beginnings of written language, and that for record-keeping a system of knotting strings was in use. The Zhaojuan states that in 525 BC, the descendants of Yan were recognized as long having been masters of fire and having used fire in their names. Yandi was known as Emperor of the South. Downfall. The last Yandi, or Flame Emperor, met his demise in the third of a series of 3 battles, known as the Battle of Bangquan, probably on the Bangquan Plain, near the southern border of the modern-day Mongol Autonomous Region, approximately 150 kilometers northwest of modern Beijing. Yandi, or the Flame Emperor, was defeated by the rising Wangdi, or the Yellow Emperor. Historicity. Since the Battle of Bangquan is treated historically by Sima Qian in his historical records, it would appear that this is a pivotal transition point between mythology and history. Ironically, Yandi enters history only with his demise, which it seems was submission to the will of Wangdi, rather than actual physical demise. In any case, the title of Yandi apparently lapsed at this time, while his tribe's descendants were said to be perpetuated through intermarriage with the party of Wangdi. In traditional culture, both Wangdi and Yandi are considered in some sense ancestral to Chinese culture and people. Also, the tradition of associating a certain color with a particular dynasty may have begun with the Flame Emperors. According to the 5 elements, or Wuzing model, red, fire, should be succeeded by yellow, earth, or Yandi by Wangdi. List of Flame Emperors. This is the most common list given by Hu Wangfumi, Zhu Zheng, and Sima Zhen, list provided at the end of the Shanhai Jing.